5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from San Francisco, broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Armand Wiggins Radio Show.
Get in here, everybody get in here, okay? Get in here. We have to get into some things. Can y'all hear me okay? Oh, I'm hoping y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Make some noise. Get in here. Drop some bells and bombs if y'all can hear me, because I can barely hear myself. So I want to make sure that y'all can hear me. All right, perfect. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armand, and we are back with another video. Get in here, come for the gathering. Get in here, come for the gathering. We have to get into some things, okay? Oh my gosh, I'm just a little bit discombobulated today, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it. You know, some shit might shut down, some shit might stop working, but we're gonna get through the show. Get in here, okay? Oh my God, that was pretty loud. I'm about to turn that down. All right, because I don't need that blasting my damn ears out, okay? Let me turn that down. I don't need all that. Period, fool. All right, we're going to get into some things. All right, so we are talking about Jaguar, Wright. We are talking about Mary J. Blige. We are going to be talking about Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion. So it's a lot going on with them, and we are going to get into some things. I know in my mind, like, it feels like it's buffering. So because I'm looking at it, and maybe that's probably what's distracting me right now. I just want to make sure. Am I buffering? Hold on. Yeah, so if it's doing a little buffering, I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing that lag. I don't know why it's doing a lag. I do apologize. I'll have to figure it out. It's been doing that, but then it'll stop. So I think we're okay for now. All right. So let's get into it while we good. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today, if you're a return subscriber, then you know how this thing goes. If you're a new subscriber, welcome and hello. Now, before we get into Tory Lanez and, you know, him allegedly telling Megan Thee Stallion to dance, and Jaguar Wright calling Mary J. Blige a nasty gay freak, we got to get into, we got to shout out to one of our sponsors, and then we'll get into the commentary, okay? Hey, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armand, and this video is sponsored today by Manscaped, home of the Lawnmower 3.0. Combining third-generation innovations in design, power, and hygiene, the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer with skin-safe technology is the perfect tool for an incredible grooming experience. Compact design, the diamond textured no-slip grip, LED, and compact design help you navigate all your nooks and crannies, wet or dry. Advanced engineering, upgraded 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. The Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer features precision engineered blades for confident trimming below the waist. This thing is waterproof, guys. Safely take care of business in the lawnmower. The only shock being on your partner's face for the trim. Job well done. You guys can use my code Armand20 to receive 20% off of this fantastic product, okay? So make sure you guys go and check that out and go get yours, because guess what? I got mine and I love it. Manscaped, your balls, so thank you. Make sure you use my code at checkout, Armand20. All right, y'all, so let's get into some things. All right, because I know y'all tired of waiting on me, but make sure y'all go get that Manscaped, okay? The description box is below. Let me tell you guys, it's perfect for your husband. Boys, if you're watching, get it. You can go in the shower, you can shave, you can do all the good stuff. It's meant for the pubic area, and it does not burn. It does not cut yourself. It doesn't do any of that. Like, I'm telling you, I use it. We have a couple of them around here, so I like it. You know, I've been working with Manscaped for a while, and it's good stuff. So you get a discount if you use my code. So it's in the description box. So get that. And Christmas is coming around, so get it because it's a good gift. All right, so let's get into some things. Now, let's first start with Jaguar. My, oh my, what have you done to thy hair? Well, I mean, speaking of hair, I finally got my twisties to twist right? I'm natural. I got them to twist right. My God. All right. But Jaguar, that's a head that never seems to fail me with a kiki. You know what I'm saying? So Jaguar recently is going viral for dragging Mary J. Blige. She has called Mary J. Blige a nasty gay freak. She says that Mary J. Blige is just eating snatch. So let's get into what Jaguar had to say about Mary J. Blige, and then we'll come back with the rest of the commentary. Let's get into it.
But see, it's easy to lie about your relationship. Relationships when you've been lying about everything else. They want to talk about verses and catalog. What about all my unreleased catalog? Hundreds and hundreds of records.
Jaguar, nobody cares about your unreleased catalog. It's unreleased for a reason. It's unreleased, so we've never heard it. We barely knew who you were. But I'm coming to that. I'm getting to that, Jaguar. Why are we talking about your unreleased catalog that's not released? Mary J. Blige has been in the game for 70 years. This is not going to happen again. A moment for you. I mean, it's not going to happen, Jaguar. So let it go. Your unreleased shit is simply that: unreleased, dead, and never coming back. Okay, let's keep going.
That I've been waiting for the right moment to give to y'all.
Oh, wait a minute. You've been waiting for the right moment. Well, shit, hasn't the moment came, gone, came again, left again, came back around, circled the sun, and went retrograde with Venus, back to Mars, then in junction with Pluto, came back, Christ came back, died again, the hair came straight, napped up again, frizz, permed it out, twisted it, do-ragged it, flipped it, reversed it, came back, lost it again. It's just like, girl, what? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I mean, it's 2020. Your moment was in 1990 sometime. What are you talking about? You waiting for the right moment. Same time you waiting for somebody to come comb your damn hair too, right? If we waiting for somebody to comb your head, well, girl, we'll be waiting for that music. Wait, I don't even know if I said that right, but shit, if it's any amount of time that we're waiting for you to do something with that head, then we're gonna be waiting a long time for that music to release. Because bitch, you've been walking around like that for quite a lot of time. It's been some years at this point, Jag. So I think that it's safe to say that it ain't coming out, because you ain't finna comb that head. You ain't finna press that. You ain't finna braid that. You ain't finna twist that. You ain't finna flip that. You're not finna do shit but wake up just like that. And that's all you're gonna continue to do with your music, and troll people who are more successful than you.
Because I can write my own songs. I can produce my own songs. I can sit down with a competent mix engineer and walk all the way through a mix. I can do those things, Mary. Can you? What can you do, Mary? Other than play dress up and eat snatch in dark places, hoping nobody finds out you're gay. And if I'm lying, sue me, Mary. And if you got the heart, let's do the verses. Or if you want to apologize to me for the way you tried to destroy my career at its very beginning.
Well, she didn't try. If she did it, then she definitely succeeded. That wasn't a try, okay? She did that because we don't know you, okay? And of those who knew you forgot, okay? And it looks like you felt some type of way even back then, Okay. So the only person that knows you now, Jaguar, is the little Indian man at the corner store where you buy your Newports. All right, let's keep going.
You can do that too. Fuck you and fuck Hank Shockley and fuck your sister, bitch.
Oh.
And it'll be fuck you until you apologize to me. Because you're mad that I had talent and you didn't. Oh, well. Be mad at God. He gave me what I got and he gave you what you got. Be mad at God. I don't know how that'll work for you. Because God puts everything on us for reasons, you see. Oh, we're talking about Mary J. Blige. Yes, Mary J. Blige. That's what I'm talking about. She like to talk about me behind my back. Bitch, I'm going to talk about you to your face. How about that? If I'm lying about anything I said about you, you closeted freak. Sue me.
Ah.
I mean, isn't that your girlfriend that can do it? And they living off of your money? How don't that piss you off, bitch? How didn't that damn Lifetime Achievement Award piss your ass off? Because the reason why you was doing that show is so that you could get that money up to pay Kendu. And they talk about how mean you are on Power and what a great acting job you doing. You ain't acting, bitch. You being yourself. Jill was acting. You just being yourself. You an ignorant, disloyal, ungrateful bitch. And I'm going to call you a bitch until you start acting like a woman, because that fancy dog collar that Puff got around your neck and has had around your neck for the past 30 years, it should have been done got tight. It don't feel like a noose, Mary. It don't feel like a noose. Being yanked around by a bunch of niggas all the time, but you want to pop fly with bitches. See, that's the other issue that I got in the industry.
Okay. Nobody cares about the issues you have in the industry, Jag. Nobody cares about you. Jaguar Wright is delusional and mentally ill. Jaguar Wright never really happened into its entirety. Jaguar Wright is bitter. Jaguar Wright needs to go on a play date with Kaya. Okay? Here's the thing, Jag. Nobody feels bad for you. At least not over here at my camp. Now, there is a lot of people in this world, or that, there's a lot of fans that feel bad for you, but that's only because you walking around looking like this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like they can relate to you because you look like humble beginnings. See, a lot of people, they don't like the glow up. They don't like the come up. They don't feel like they can relate to the money, the gold, the change, the Mary J. Blige, the Beyoncés, the success. So there's somebody in their kitchen, broke, miserable, on a whole bunch of government assistance that said, yeah, Jag, expose them. After they just went and sold their food stamps for some Newports and some Hennessy. Okay? After they done beat their kids and sent them outside to play on the porch. There's somebody around there cheering you on. And that's who you're doing it for. But guess what? I'm not buying into your bullshit over here, Jaguar. You talk too much. You're confrontational. You're messy. And you're just not that talented. It just wasn't you. And you're jealous of those individuals who it became. And so in an attempt to get a second wind, you want to keep going on this expository rants and interviews and lives against celebrities that are more successful and more beautiful than you. And I'm over it. You guys know why I'm over it? Because Jaguar is no victim. Jaguar knows how this game goes. Jaguar plays the shady industry games just like everybody else. We don't think so? What did she do? Remember, we had Jaguar trending here on YouTube. She was saying the dumb shit about Summer Walker. We had Jaguar trending on these YouTube streets. Daytime Tea Time did a video. Jaguar Wright went and seen my video. She said she wanted to go live with me. Did a little subliminally, she threw some gay slurs at me, called me some names, then said she wanted to go live with me. I said, let's go live. Then what did she end up doing? She ended up going live with some bloggers with a blogger that trails my interviews to be spiteful. I get it. It's no shade. The interview went viral, but nobody talked about it. So you understand what it's like to play the game, Jag. You know what it's like. So no one feels bad for you. You went over there and you were being messy with other bloggers to try to be spiteful, and they were being messy to interview you after we had you trending, after you addressed me. You didn't address them. You addressed me. We made you a hot topic, and they had to trail us for the interview. So I say all that to say is I don't feel bad for you. And then two, if you are talented, your talent should speak for itself. Because there's dirty games that get played in the industry all day long, and you're a part of those dirty games. And your talent should speak for itself. So if somebody tried to do you dirty, you're supposed to be successful. Your music should be released. You should be trending for music. You should be trending for shows, or you should be trending for things like that, not feeling some type of way and ranting about shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but never will happen. Jaguar Wright, get a grip. Your 15 seconds are up. We don't care. You went on an interview for 3 hours, ranted and raved and exposed. How did the interview go viral, but nobody talked about it? Damn, Jaguar, nobody gives a shit. You better off sitting in front of your green screen on Zoom with that nappy ass hair trolling Mary J. Blige. Okay? So I'll say this. Jaguar Wright, there's nothing right about you. Everything is wrong. That's why you never made it. That's why you're upset with people more successful than you. What does that mean? You know what? Jaguar reminds me, like, there truly is a place for everybody in this world. I was saying that everybody has a Kaya. Everybody, Jaguar Wright is Mary J. Blige's Kaya. It's like the Jaguars, the Kayas, and then there's people like, you know what I mean? I even have a Kaya. I have a Jaguar Wright. The delusion, you know what I mean? Like, if you become successful enough, you'll get like a Kaya or a Jaguar Wright, where people will just try to attach themselves to you as if you owe them something. What the hell does Mary J. Blige owe you? If she's supposed to be so much trash and you're so talented, you're so great, why the hell are you talking about her? Why are you beating her down? If she's never said anything about you publicly, she never dragged you publicly, she never even did nothing to you publicly, said your name, why are you dragging Mary J. Blige? Because Mary J. Blige is more successful than you, and you want to draw from her audience. This is why. You're a clout chaser, Jaguar Wright. You're a freaking clout chaser. And it doesn't matter how much clout you chase, you'll never have a career. You'll never be as big as Jill Scott. You'll never be big as Erykah Badu. You'll never be as big as Mary J. Blige. You'll always be, who is Jaguar Wright? That's who you'll be. Forever. And the nerve, the gall, the audacity for you to challenge Mary to a versus. How dare you? And then you try to say with your unreleased music, well, this is not the time to release it. We're in 2020, and I'm sure your sound is nowhere near now. Because if it wasn't then, it damn sure ain't now. That ship has sailed and sunk. The plane has taken off and it's crashed. Never to return again. You can grab for straws, Jaguar, but you'll be nothing more than a cigarette-smoking, buckwheat look-alike that sits down in a garage with vodka mix that rants and raves on Zoom about the good old days. Jaguar, Wright, you're trash, and I'm here to let you know that you will never happen. Now have a terrible day.
Stupid.
Yes.
In the mix.
Who is this freak of nature?
With DJ Armand.
Well, let's get Jaguar off the stage. Thank you, Jaguar. Your time is up. All right, now for what you guys came for. For what we came for. Let's get into some things, okay? Tory Lanez. Now, we had our conversation about Megan Thee Stallion because she be lying. Now, I want to pose another question. Could it be that Tory Lanez is trying to manipulate the public into a Megan Thee Stallion smear campaign? Okay, I'm gonna tell you why, but first I'm gonna give you what made me think that, and then we're gonna get into it. So there was some interesting tweets or posts made by Malibu Mitch. Now I'm going to read you the post from Malibu Mitch, and I'm gonna give you my thought process, and then we're gonna get into some more things. Okay, so stay with me. I'm about to pull them up right now. Okay, boom. Let's see. All right. So this is what Malibu Mitch says. A lack of respect this man has for Megan is non-existent. The fact that he made a whole album to profit off her pain is beyond disgusting and inhumane. I'm honestly just so sick and tired of these reoccurring actions and events of narcissistic behavior in the Black community that no one ever gets held accountable for. Why does any abuse toward a Black woman get overlooked and overshadowed by unjustifiable allegations? This is why Breonna Taylor has no justice. Since the shooting, Tory showed the lack of empathy he had for the situation by liking posts on social media, now dropping an album to discredit Megan any way he can. This is an abusive tactic. To try and discredit the victim, make the victim feel like they did something wrong, with all efforts to make the victim doubt the actions of their abuser, and for people to second guess and dismiss everything she's told us. Malibu Mitch says, the Stallion, you don't have to respond to anything he said because there's nothing he can say that will ever justify his actions that night. You're in the healing process, mind, body, and soul. F this jigga. Okay? So then she also goes on to say, he really dropped an album confessing his love for her, but at the same time, discrediting her to soften the blow of his actions. Effing narcissist. What's the difference between the a man that beats his wife, apologizes and says he loves her to turn around and make her feel bad for his actions, as if she had it coming. This should be treated as such. He confessed his love for her publicly for the first time while putting her business out into the world. Private things like her crying to him about feeling alone because of her mom's passing. And he thought to share that moment in a bum-ass song to the world? To Apple? To iTunes? For what? Profit and sympathy? But since he wanted to sing so bad, why didn't he just send her a voice note? Again, profit, sympathy, and clout? All to save his ASS while trying to justify his actions by making it seem like they both had this crazy love story to throw people off from what he did. He overacted in an unthinkable way, and instead of owning up for it, he drops an album. A real man would have owned up for his actions instead of trying to discredit someone that they're so madly in love with. And to think this all happened because Megan felt uncomfortable and embarrassed with the way he conducted himself. Imagine wanting to leave and things start spiraling out of control off of initial gut feeling. But the narcissistic way in him fueled him to discredit Megan as if she was jealous over another woman, when really no real woman with self-esteem and respect for herself would ever allow anything like that to happen. Okay? That's what she said. Okay? And I'm not going to lie. I agree with her. You know, I agree because I'm like, okay, this thing is killing me. All right, so I agree with her because I feel like a lot of people are so caught up on seeing Megan be a liar without realizing that Tory Lanez does realize that he's in the wrong. And people are not realizing that this would never had been a thing had Tory Lanez not started it or caused it. So the whole spiraling out of control to the car only started because of Tory Lanez's actions. And after listening to the album over and over, and we're just kind of playing it, you know, throughout the day, I'm realizing that, wait a minute, he messed up. He messed up. He pissed her off. But the issue is, he felt like she would never speak out. I think that Tory Lanez is in a position now where he feels more let down than anything because he's shocked and surprised that she said, "You shot me. You did this." See, I feel like he thought he's trying to paint it like him and Meg were like this Bonnie and Clyde, you know, Queen and Slim, Romeo and Juliet relationship that was this huge love secret. He would fly to see her, she would fly to see him. Everything was so taboo and private, and they connected with the deceased parents, and it's just this big drama. But really, was it even that serious? I mean, yeah, they liked each other, they cared for each other, but see, he's putting it on so thick, like, me and you was so cool. Me and you, I thought you always was gonna have my back. Because if you read through the lines, he's basically saying, I'm sorry, but I can't believe you're exposing me. Because if she lied on you, if she was setting you up, if she was doing all these things, you wouldn't be so apologetic in your song. You wouldn't, in your album, you wouldn't be sounding like he knows he did wrong. But at the same time, he's throwing digs out for the public to catch. Like, you lied to your best friend. You did this, you did that. So he's trying to make her look like a bad guy, or as if the ending of this love story means if he goes down, she goes down, like Queen and Slim, Romeo and Juliet. You know what I'm saying? Bonnie and Clyde. We go down together. That's the final ending to the story. My career goes down, your career goes down. We were on this love, passion roller coaster. I feel like that's how he's trying to sell it in this album. Like, it was just like this deep romance that just happened so quick, and they were just, they just lost in love. And all of a sudden now, you can't believe that she turned on you. But it's like, nigga, you shot her. And so I kind of feel like he's trying to manipulate the public. And a lot of people are not catching the fact, well, hold on, nigga. If we think about this for a second, you're admitting that this is your fault. You started this whole thing because you was on some bullshit. And it just started to escalate from there. And because so many people are wanting to no longer believe Megan Thee Stallion, they're feeling bad for Tory Lanez. But a real nigga, if he really didn't do that, he would not have tried to capitalize off of it in a monetary way in the album. And I'm also hearing that he's shooting a music video tomorrow that's going to be kind of like a scene, where he's going to have like doctors and judges and rappers and police officers. Like, it's going to be a scene almost of what happened, in a sense. So I don't know. I just feel like, just like if we can call Megan Thee Stallion a liar, we can call Tory Lanez a narcissistic manipulator, because he's definitely gaslighting the public, and he's gaslighting her, and he's trying to make her feel bad for speaking out when actually she was never going to speak out. And that was the whole thing. She wasn't going to speak out until his publicist kept putting out gaslighting, just like they're doing on this album. Gaslighting to make it seem as though her stories weren't adding up, or she was wrong, or she was lying. So she was like, okay, well, nigga, I wasn't even going to say anything, but you keep having your team put out like I'm lying. So now I'm going to say you shot me because you're trying me. And now here he drops a 17-song album, basically weeping and crying and saying, how could you do this? How could you say? Really what he's saying is, how can you say something? How could you go public? We have been private this whole time. We've been dealing with everything privately. You told me that you would never fold. You would never say anything, but you said something. Now the spot is blown up. So now it's you versus me. And so now it's a dirty game of the smear campaigns. This is what's going on in my mind. Now, Complex put out, now the people are saying that this is a reach. I don't know, but Complex put out an exclusive that a source close to Tory told Megan Thee Stallion to dance before shooting her. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's false. But Complex is alleging that a source said that Tory Lanez told her to dance. I'm going to read it to you exactly what was said, and we're going to get into some things. Okay, so they said, when the source says, when Megan gets out of the car, she says, I'm just going to walk home. Tory Lanez pulls out the gun and says, dance, B, and he started shooting at her. The source also says that Tory offered hush money to Megan and Kelsey Nicole in the aftermath of the shooting, even as Megan was receiving medical treatment. As she's going, this is the source now. As she's going into surgery, the maniac is texting her. The source says he basically is trying to say he'll pay. Her friend is also getting calls to receive money. He was trying to keep her quiet. Complex has reviewed Cedars-Sinai medical records from the aftermath of the incident, which are consistent with Megan's story that she was shot in her feet, and mention shrapnel found in her heel. The source says they are speaking out because the public response around Tory's project has made people doubt Megan's story and even mock her. This is not okay, and it's not funny, and it's not something that we can just normalize. When reached out for a comment, a representative for Tory Lanez categorically denied that Tory said dance B to Megan, and this is via Complex. Now, the Shade Room has come out with some information too. The Shade Room says after the release of Tory Lanez's new album Daystar, some people began wondering whether Megan Thee Stallion was actually shot in her foot. After Tory questioned in his lyrics how she could be shot and not hit any bones and tendons, the hospital records from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center have become available to the Shade Room as well as Complex. And we have the facts in black and white. We can confirm after looking at the reports that on July 12th, Megan was admitted to Cedars-Sinai on an admission diagnosis of gunshot injury. This means that the practicing physician saw her wound and determined she needed to be treated for gunshot injury. The reports also showed that shrapnel was found in Megan's left heel. Shrapnel, I hope I'm saying that right, is shell casing fragments from a bullet in most cases, defined as debris from a bomb or explosion. The reports confirmed that Megan was treated by irrigation and I don't know that word, which is the removal of the hardest tissue of debris. I think that's debridement. Okay, irrigation and debridement, which is the removal of the hardest hardened tissue or debris. In this case, shrapnel from her foot. She was given medication and they determined her to be okay for discharge on July 14th. Megan's discharge diagnosis was classified as gunshot injury. This means after treatment and procedure, the physician still determined that her wound was a result of a gunshot. So, the folks are saying that Megan Thee Stallion was definitely shot. It is not a lie. Somebody shot Meg. Somebody shot Meg. The question is, who shot Meg? Who shot Meg at this point? So we're going to take some calls. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Tory Lanez is trying to manipulate the public? I have a feeling that he is, just a little bit. I feel like there's a little manipulative energy here with Tory Lanez to get the people on his side. All right, let's get into some things.
It's not just
Jared. Okay. Let's take some calls. Okay, the first call, 6188. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armand, it's me, Joseph. How are you?
Good. How are you, Joseph?
Good. So I'm just very disappointed in the way that we as people just disregard Black women when they're speaking out about, now I'm a gay man, I'm not a Black woman, but at the same time, it's just like, of course there's two sides to every story, but at the very least, Megan had some type of proof. She had some type of evidence. So the fact that we as people were so quick to run to a Black man, and let's be very clear, we love to defend these Black men, but these Black men are defending Black women. And that's just the period. Because my thing is, if you didn't shoot her and you were really innocent, you would have said something a long time ago. But the reason you didn't say anything, because like most Black men, you were quick to get caught up in a lie. So you had to take some time to get your story straight. You had to make sure all your ducks were in a row. You had to make sure you crossed your T's and you dotted your I's. That's why it took you a long time. And then you decided to put out an album about somebody else's pain and then wanted to be on some, oh, I love her, I love her, I love her. You loved her, but you just said in one song on your album that you were trying to smash Kylie Jenner, but you love her. Oh, okay. Typical black men. Typical black men. Like, when are we going to get to a point where we start listening to these women? This is why you have women right now who get abused, who get shot and get killed. And it's always, oh, well, there must have been something else that happened. Oh, it must have just been this. It must have been that, which blows my mind because we always ride for black men, but black men don't ride for, like, and this is a message to all black women. Stop trying to ride for N-words that don't ride for you. They don't see it for y'all. Please stop having their back. They don't have yours. Like,
well,
that blows my mind.
Well, let me just go ahead and throw another wrench in here. And we're going to get to the Meg, but since you talked about black men and, you know, black men not having our backs and women's backs, I did want to play this other thing. This is a little bit off topic, but I meant to get to this, but I want to play this too. This is black men when it pertains to, you know, LGBT and thought daughters and things like that. And listen to what these black men had to say, that ones that we are specifically supposed to be protecting. And I'm going to put you on mute and I'll bring you back. Just really quick. Oh, is this the picture? Dang it. Oh, dang. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to go grab that and bring that back. Okay, Joseph, I have to bring you back after. This is just the picture. That's not the audio. I'll bring you back though. But thank you, Joseph. I'm gonna take another call. Okay. 1645. You're live on the air.
Hello, Armand.
Hey.
Let's get into some things.
Let's do it.
So, I have a theory about why she was shot in her feet.
Okay.
I'm thinking that somebody was holding a gun and the gun was either thrown down or like an arm was kind of pushed down. And so the gun at some point was pointed in a downward direction, probably hit the ground first. And that's why there was all those fragments in her feet. Because, come on now, why would she be shot directly in her feet, you know, at the back of them?
Well, because that's where she danced. That's part of her career. So he could have been mad like dance be dance. Because, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, out of all places, we love to see her get down and twerk like that. So, you know, he could have been very spiteful. Like, did you think you going to walk away? You going to get out the car and walk away from me? I'll pop you in your feet. Okay. Now walk, dance, walk.
Yeah, you're right. I can't see that happening. And I will say I do agree with you too, you and the last gentleman that was on the air about him being narcissistic. I seen a video today on Instagram, and it was basically asking black men, do they prefer black women or white women? And you can almost guarantee 95, really 99% of them said white women.
Absolutely. The
reason being, they're submissive, you know, they don't have an attitude, et cetera, et cetera. So Tory being basically fangirling over Kylie, I mean, that's expected. And if you go back and watch Megan's live where they were all in the pool, you could tell she was already annoyed with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
yes.
So it's kind of safe to assume probably at some point after that is when he was all in Kylie's face, and she's just like, man, I don't feel like dealing with this anymore. You know, so now he's all surprised because, like you guys just were saying, with everything that's been going on in the media, no black person really wants to have too many dealings with the police, whether we were hurt or not. And I feel like as women, because as a black woman, if you get with a black man, you're going to have a black son, right? So I think we all think in those terms, like let's protect these black men because they're somebody's son. But in actuality, you know, these black men, they don't really like us like they say they do. Mm-hmm. Well, heck, they really are starting to admit the fact that they don't like us very much. And no one can really, well, as a black woman, it's hard to understand why, because it's like, how can you speak about your own black mother in that manner? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you guys, and I don't think that Tory was ever expecting Megan to leave.
I don't think he was ever expecting her to leave. I don't feel like he was ever expecting her to say something. And because he's a manipulator, and he was manipulating her. And the reason why I feel like that is because I felt like he had her where he wanted her, because they had the connect of the dead parents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Megan didn't really have anybody.
And when you mentioned,
go ahead.
When you mentioned gaslighting, I kind of looked up some phrases that they used. And in his song, he talked about how, they had been smashing, they'd been seeing each other, they'd been divulging all these deep secrets. But then he goes, oh, but then you took me too personally. And that's something that gaslighters say. But how can someone take you too personally if you've created a soul tie and shared secrets?
Well, not only that, this is your first time, like Malibu Mitch said, this is your first time, really publicly, the public confirming that you guys were a thing, but you were just this madly in love. Like this was just this like very passionate, blissful roller coaster of a romance that you had, to where you needed to make a 17-song album where you're just so emotionally distraught. Like it's like, but at the same time, you feel all of this, but meanwhile, you were ready to bone Kylie Jenner at the drop of a dime.
Right in her face.
Right, come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
And it's almost like, it's crazy because it's almost like I'm gonna let you go after this, but it's almost like when he's on his R&B side and he's singing and everything, he has all this passion, and it's like, I love this woman. And then when he starts rapping, here goes, like, I almost think of it like him on alcohol or something. It's like, here he goes being all hard. Now you dissing people, and now you're talking about, oh, y'all weren't that serious. So it's definitely interesting to listen to.
Absolutely. Okay, caller, thank you. We got to move on. Thanks so much, Boo. Thanks for calling.
Right, bye.
Bye. All right. So while we're on here, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsor one more time. Shout out to Manscaped. We're going to take you 0292. You're live on the air right after this.
And
everybody, it's your boy Armand, and this video is sponsored today by Manscaped, home of the Lawnmower 3.0. Combining third-generation innovations in design, power, and hygiene, the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer with skin-safe technology is the perfect tool for an incredible grooming experience. Compact design, the diamond textured no-slip grip, LED, and compact design help you navigate all your nooks and crannies, wet or dry. Advanced engineering, upgraded 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. The Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer features precision engineered blades for confident trimming below the waist. This thing is waterproof, guys. Safely take care of business in the lawnmower. The only shock being on your partner's face for the trim. Job well done. You guys can use my code Armand20 to receive 20% off of this fantastic product, okay? So make sure you guys go and check that out and go get yours, because guess what? I got mine and I love it. Manscaped, your balls, so thank you. Make sure you use my code at checkout, Armand20. All right, guys, you guys can get that in the description box. All right, so go ahead and grab that. It's in the description now. All right, 0292, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Armand, this is Giovanna. I actually just super chatted something that I wanted to speak about. So first of all, with the Tory Lanez situation, Tory Lanez does have a Napoleon complex. I can just tell what type of dude he is. He's using the manipulation tactic to try to, I feel like, to try to get more of the women, the black women on his side, with the, his mother passing and Megan's mother passing. That's all a manipulation tactic. Also, I feel like he wanted the black men, I feel like the black men, the majority, they wanted Tory to come out with some type of reason as to, what had happened, to try to say, okay, yeah, he really didn't do it, or just to say that he's innocent in the situation, which everybody knows that Tory did what he did. But I feel like the black men, they just wanted a reason. They just wanted him to say something just so they can have a reason to say, yeah, he didn't do it, or, you know, Megan's lying, just to make it seem like she's lying. Also, with the black women, you know, I sat back and watched just, you know, I didn't comment or anything like that. I just really looked at how some of the black, I'm a black woman, but some of the black women in your it wasn't your last video, it was like a couple of lives that you did back where you made out a valid point. Because even with me, I was trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, why is it that it's some black women, you know what I mean, that just won't believe her? It doesn't matter. She could post pictures, she can you know, do the hospital records, what have you. She can do all of this, and for some reason, there's always some black women that just will not believe this girl. And what you had said, it just like was a light bulb that went off in my head when you was like, it's some black women that are, or just women in general, that are jealous of Meg. Jealous. That is a valid point. Because now I'm starting to see when I go back and look at people's comments and, you know, other people that call in and they just say, oh, well, I just don't believe her because, you know, she posted a bikini picture right after the shooting or right after the incident. So what? That doesn't mean she wasn't shot. You know what I mean? It's like you're just looking for a reason not to believe this girl because you're jealous of her. I don't understand. There's no legitimate reason as to why you don't want to believe her. You know what I mean? So when you made that point, it's like I can clearly see, like, because I was trying to figure it out myself. You know what I mean? So
well, here's the thing. It's kind of like the Jaguar Wright syndrome. If you look at my screen, you see Jaguar Wright, then you see Mary J. Blige. It's the underdog. Megan Thee Stallion is no longer the underdog, right? Jaguar Wright is the underdog. She looks homely. She looks regular. Mary J. Blige looks like she has more money. She's more successful. People don't give a damn about you when they feel like that you're doing better than them. So it's always the story of the underdog that people want to see and believe. Megan Thee Stallion, she's rising to fame. She's got #1 Billboard records, and she's doing her thing. So now, you know, people want to tear her down. Nobody wants to believe her. Tory Lanez is the underdog now.
Right. Yep. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to let you know, listen, I agree with you on that. And, you know, don't let nobody make you feel like that you're, you know, you could be coming for a black woman or anything like that. It's the truth. And nobody wants to swallow that pill, but it's the truth. It's a lot of women that look like us that hate on the next woman. And when you see them in pain or see them in despair, you still picking apart their story and kicking them while they're down. But when it comes to a black man and something happened to him, oh, we all in arms, we marching, we doing all of this, but we can't do the same thing for another black woman, our sister. We can't do that. We got to look for a reason to hate on this girl. She ain't did nothing but tell the damn truth. Excuse me. She ain't do nothing but tell the truth. And y'all are still looking for reasons to discredit this girl. So I just wanted to say you made a valid point. Keep doing what you're doing and keep on telling the damn truth. Keep preaching. I appreciate it.
Thank you, caller. All right, let's take another call. Thank you so much. Hey, Esper, shout out to you. Shout out to Elise Hart. Shout out to Esper. Shout out. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Let's take another call. 7174. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armand, how's it going?
It's going great. If I can get this thing to stand up right. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I just want to touch on this Tory subject.
Okay.
I feel as if actually Tory throwing Meg under the bus like a simp. You see, this man dropped a whole album about how he feels towards Megan, but at the same time, he throwing her under the bus, making it seem as if she not being a good friend to her friend, talking about how she catching flights and stuff.
Right.
So that's a simp action. Number one, you can't be throwing Megan under the bus like that. And then number two, how you trying to say you love black woman and all this, but you confessing your love for Kylie Jenner, calling her a goddess, a heaven sent goddess or whatever. I'm like, black woman on your team, but you over here making it seem as if Kylie Jenner or a white woman is a high echelon than these black women that you talking about in your song. And then on top of all of that, the third problem I got wrong with Tory is he trying to use this and capitalize off of it monetarily. You see, the incident occurred, and Megan, she said her piece because she let the situation ride out. She wanted to see how Tory would respond because he's the man. He's supposed to make the first action and, you know, justify the whole situation. But because him and his team didn't do that, they actually came at Megan to make it seem like Megan was wrong. Megan just told the whole truth. And what saddens me the most is the part of the black community, black women do hate on each other. And there are black women out here that don't want to see Megan winning like that. So they are just trying to nitpick every little detail, every word that come out of her mouth and try to find something wrong with it. But the thing is, Megan is traumatized by what happened. This is her first time being shot. This is her first time being involved in any kind of incident like this. So her first couple videos, she came out and she said what she said, but everything sounded kind of iffy and sketchy. Things didn't add up because all the pieces wasn't there. But now that we have all the pieces, or at least 80% of the pieces, because we still have yet to hear from the limo driver and Megan's friend. But if you use your context clues, you can pretty much understand that Tory and Megan was having a good time. Tory somewhat down the road started stealing Kylie Jenner. Megan didn't like the situation about him stealing Kylie Jenner. They proceeded to go home that night because they was all arriving at the party together. They leaving together. They probably had a conversation about it on the way home, and then Megan probably grabbed Tory's gun in a playful manner, and Tory probably told her to chill with the gun.
No, I don't think that happened. No, I was with you.
There was no.
No.
I'm gonna just say this, Armand. I gotta say this.
Okay, well, say it quickly.
There was no gun residue on Tory's hands, so I can't really say Tory shot the weapon. But the fact is, Tory is the owner of the weapon.
But you missing the key part. You missing the key part. It wasn't a playful manner. You missing the key part. They got in the car, and she said the whole car was arguing. So there's the best friend arguing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it was playful. I'm not saying it was playful, Armand. I'm sorry. I'm saying, as a, like, black woman, when a black woman grab a gun as a hood man that's been around a lot of weapons, or a black woman grab your gun, they're not using it trying to hurt you. They just using it trying to threaten, talk their little 2 cents, crap, whatever, but they're not serious about shooting somebody. They just whatever. So with Tory being in that same situation, same scenario as the owner of the gun, he should have took the gun out of Megan's hands or Megan's friend's hands. I don't know the situation. Nobody knows until Megan's friends or the other person speak their piece. But some way down the line, Megan ended up getting injured. Yes, Tory wasn't the shooter behind Megan's injury, but because he's the owner of the weapon, he is still held responsible for how the situation took place. And that's why Megan, I believe, came out and said what she said. And that's why I believe as well, Tory and them is coming out saying what they saying, because Tory making it seem like since he wasn't the shooter, it's not his fault. At the end of the day, you are responsible because you are the owner of the weapon and you are the one that's in control of the situation. You got 2 women fighting over you. Like, come on, bro.
Right. You got me back when you said the 2 women fighting, because I wanted to get to the point where they're trying to say that Kelsey made it very clear. She said when it first came out, she was like, I didn't shoot Megan, but I was there. So Megan said that they were all fighting in the car. Megan said they were all...
Drop a bomb, Armand.
Okay.
Drop a bomb.
Okay. We're going to have to put you on mute because you won't let me get a word out. But thank you. But Megan, they were saying that Megan and Megan said they were all in the car fighting, arguing. So to me, there is a gray area where Tory could possibly feel like, technically, I did not shoot you. However, because who knows, Megan and the friend Kelsey could have been in there fighting, literally fighting over Tory. Why didn't Kelsey leave with Megan? Because remember, like we said before, the rumor was Kelsey had the COVID in Miami, but she liked it Tory. But when Kelsey had to go quarantine, Megan swooped in and took Tory. And Kelsey didn't find out until the night in the car when she realized that Megan was mad that Tory was flirting with Kylie. And Kelsey like, well, girl, you mad that he flirting with Kylie? Why are you mad? Oh, you smashing Tory? You know I like Tory. You fake. You phony. Now y'all arguing. Megan is drunk. Everybody drunk. She going off on Tory. Everybody going off fighting. Who knows? Maybe that's when the gun appeared. Maybe there was a tussle. And then there was a pop. Or maybe somebody was, maybe Megan slapped the dog out of somebody and Tory's like, man, I put it, whatever. And maybe there was a tussling over the gun. And somebody got shot. But Megan specifically said she was shot on her first live, and she said she was shot with the intention for someone to harm her. She also said that she felt like her friend betrayed her. And then she came out and said Tory shot her. But Tory is adamantly saying that he did not shoot her. But the police records, the medical records are saying, they're proving that it was a gunshot wound. So somebody shot Megan. Now, whether they willingly shot Megan, or whether they accidentally shot Megan, or whether Megan shot Megan, that's the part we're trying to figure out. But somebody shot Megan Thee Stallion. Period. And we know that it was a confrontation in the car. Period. All right, 5-1. Oh, wait, hold on, because we might have some more super chats. Sorry. Okay, hold on, let me make sure I get all my people. Let me make some more checks. So, okay, 2690. Oh yeah, we got a lot of super chats. Okay, I can 2690. You're live on the air.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Armand? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm feeling like a villain. I just got a couple things to say about the Tory situation.
Okay.
I just feel like Megan and everybody in the car was intoxicated. And I feel like the story is hella blurred. When it comes to Meg getting shot in her foot, I just feel like...
She might not even know if she shot herself, huh?
Nah, that's funny. You got jokes. Nah, check it out. I'm saying, they're saying that there was shrapnel found on her foot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily a bullet per se. But I agree, someone did shoot her. But I don't believe that Tory just blatantly, oh yeah, boom, I'm just going to shoot you. It may have been an altercation. Because also, Megan was saying that initially everybody was arguing. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was arguing. It was about this, about that. And as details poured in, it was about Kylie Jenner and then her other homegirl. So it seems like it's some weird player stuff that Tory got going on. But at the same time, what it seems to me is Megan kind of got, anxious about it. She probably felt a little jealous about the situation.
Jealous about what?
Maybe Tory. Like, that's what it seems like.
Well, right.
What was going on.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what happened. I mean, Tory, this was all Tory's fault because he was being a trash dude that night. And he pissed Meg off. However, it got back in the car and they were arguing. Now, I do feel like everybody was so drunk that it could be so blurry that nobody really knows who actually shot what. Because, I feel like there was a fight happening. I feel like it was a swinging and a tussling, and Meg got out and was like, I'm leaving. I'm getting out. But she got shot in the back of her foot. So who shot her, though?
I agree, but what I'm saying is she said also that they all got out the car. We all seen on the internet that they got out the car. You know what I'm saying? But Meg was saying that she was in different positions. She kept saying she was in the front seat, then she was in the back seat. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I do know she was injured. We clearly see that. But I don't know. She's talking about the seat, amidst her best friend, and we're yet to hear from the bodyguard and the best friend. So there's some truth somewhere. But
what if they got paid off? What if they got paid off? Because in the beginning,
I doubt it.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt that, because in the beginning, nobody was talking. Meg wasn't even talking. Remember, if you go back and look at the previous TMZ articles and all the articles, the LAPD was having such a hard time getting information because nobody was cooperating with the police. Nobody was talking.
I agree, but maybe it was a sense of like a PR type thing. Maybe she was trying to protect her public image. You know what I'm saying?
Why
would
who would
Meg
Why would Kelsey give a damn? I'm talking about why is Kelsey not speaking? Why would the body, like, what public image do they really need to protect? If you didn't shoot Meg and that's your friend, why wouldn't you be like the nigga Tory Lanez shot her if you weren't getting paid? Meg said it.
What I'm getting from is, I see what you're saying though. They may have been paid off to be quiet, maybe, but I mean, maybe they just didn't want to get too involved in the internet and what is going on. Maybe
nigga, they're involved. They were in the car.
they will listen. They're gonna have to speak though. That's what I'm gonna say. Maybe they're waiting until the court case comes up and more stuff comes out, but they're gonna have to speak regardless. There's no way they're not gonna speak. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't believe Tory actually did it. Here's my thing. It's just I see a lot of toxic, like, blackism going on, like black women talking down on black men, and we have too much of that going on already. I just feel like it didn't seem like it was intentional as everybody is spreading the narrative. I don't think it was so much intentional. It might have just been some type of love thing, and then, you know. So that's okay. So if you and your girlfriend get into it, you could just shoot her, and then everybody's supposed to be like, okay, you know, it was a love quarrel. No. That's not what I'm going off of. It's a lot of missing details. We all know this, but I do feel like it may have been a situation where someone was jealous, or it may have been a physical altercation. And I don't believe Tory just up and shot her, even though he's like a midget compared to her. He's like freaking tall, but I don't think he did that to her. I don't believe he just up and did that. There's a lot of details we might be missing.
So, but okay. So who shot her? If you had to guess, so who shot her?
Tory. It may have been not even a situation that Tory shot her. It may have been like the shrapnel, like recoil. Maybe someone shot the gun. Or
but the Cedar Sinai confirmed that it was a gunshot. They confirmed the hospital confirmed that it was a gunshot. So now we now believe the doctor.
I agree with that. I did my own research. I agree 100%. What they did say was it was shrapnel, not an actual bullet. If you understand where I'm coming from. So it can be debris. And she claimed that she was shot in both her feet, but there's only one actual image of one wound.
So you just want to believe Tory Lanez?
No, onto the back of her foot.
But I'm saying also,
and then Tory's only charged for a gun charge, not shooting Megan.
But he's facing up to what, 8 years for that? Hold on.
Yeah, just for the gun charge, but not necessarily the assault. They haven't brought that assault to court yet. So I feel like if it was legit, we all know that it would have been on him already. He wouldn't have gotten out of jail. It wouldn't have been a debate. So why would the story change so abruptly? Is she trying to protect him? That's what I was kind of leaning on. Like,
so are we saying that nobody shot? So we're saying that Megan's foot, like, are we saying that she lied? Like she didn't get shot?
All right.
Like I'm trying to figure out what are we saying? Are we saying that she didn't get shot?
No, bro. You flipping it, no, bro. Listen, we are all aware that she was injured. We're aware of this, but I don't feel like Tory Lanez might have been the direct, like, just cause of that injury.
So who was it? So who do you think it was? That's all I'm asking. So who, if it's not Tory Lanez, who could it be?
It could have been a situation where, I don't know, maybe the bodyguard might have done it. Who knows?
He was driving.
They weren't driving, though. She was walking out the car.
But he was in the driver's seat. Why would he do it? She didn't have the beef with him. Remember, it was the beef. The beef was the fact that she was sitting in the front seat, according to her, right? And then the friend was sitting in the back with Tory.
She was sitting in the front seat. There's a lot of weird ass.
Yes.
Details, but
you got to think about it. Well, think about it. No, think about it. I mean, in my mind, right? You would sit in the front if it was supposed to be this awkward. If you've been hiding the fact that your best friend who really likes Tory Lanez, you've been hiding from her, that you've been smashing him. Of course, you're going to sit in the front because you don't want the tea to really be out that you're sleeping with this nigga because your best friend apparently likes him. So they got some secret relationship going on. So you trying to play it cool, but then the shit ain't really cool because you mad because he's trying to bang Kylie Jenner. So then the shit comes out.
This is true, but I was seeing the video. She did say she was in the front seat, but in that video, when the police came up on them, She was in the backseat. That's weird. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe the best friend could have done something, but at the same time, I just don't really think it was the situation that everybody's painting, because she didn't come out initially with the truth. If it was true or someone shot you, you would have told on them blatantly. Like any woman in any situation, not trying to say anything, it's like they would have said, "Hey, this is what happened to me." And they found her with injuries in her foot.
That's not fair to say, because that's like okay, if we're gonna say that, if we're gonna use that analogy, well, if Tory Lanez, if you didn't shoot her, it'd have been very clear. Any nigga that's facing jail time, losing a career, lost millions of dollars. You have a baby mother, you have a child that you're trying to feed. You wouldn't come out with an album. You would just say, "Bitch, I didn't shoot you. This nigga shot you," and you know it. You would have to, just like it's that easy for Megan to say, "Well, you know what? He shot me." It would be that easy for Tory Lanez to be like, "Nigga, I didn't shoot you, and you know I didn't shoot you. Such and such shot you," because he still has not said who shot her. He just said he didn't do it, but he knows who did.
True,
so I mean, I don't think that's fair.
When they came, though, what I'm saying is, when they came, why wouldn't she just tell them the whole truth at that moment? I don't think Tory would have just caught the weapons charge. He would have caught the whole thing.
For the same reason why Tory Lanez dropped the whole album and didn't tell us who shot Megan Thee Stallion.
Don't do that.
It's facts. It's facts. It's facts, though. It's facts. It's facts.
But look, all right, let's be real. I know you heard the album. A lot of people heard the album. Okay, what is he supposed to do? He's a musician. He's expressing himself. Can the guy express himself?
Who shot her? Bye.
That is real. That's real.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Have a good one. Because that's facts. Who shot her? Who shot her? I mean, if we're going to hold Megan Thee Stallion, well, she should have said who shot her. She should have said it then. Well, nigga, the time that Tory Lanez spoke out, he should have said who shot her. You saying you didn't shoot her, so tell us who did. Because you insinuating that she know, and we know, like, you know what happened. We really know. You talking in all this code. You making music videos. You doing a 17-song album. But you still ain't really said shit. Who shot Meg? All right. So I wanted to show y'all this. Make this about my people for a second. Well, we all black people and God's people, but I'm talking about, this is because he was talking about the black men and stuff. And I do want to, this is what I have a problem with the black men, especially the black, the hetero men, because, they're supposed to be protected, and I get it, but it's just the energy behind it. I don't know if you guys seen this, but I want y'all to get into this real quick. Okay. And I know a lot of people probably feel this way, but this is the reason why a lot of people feel ways that they feel. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up and let's just dissect. Take a break from the man thing real quick, and let's get into this.
You had a son, he was gay. Would you accept him?
Oh no, we gonna beat that out of him. I ain't even finna allow my son to be gay.
A gay son or a thought daughter?
I mean, a thought daughter. Fuck that.
Why not a gay son?
Oh, fuck a gay son.
Why?
Fuck him. Give me a thought daughter, man.
Why not a gay son?
Nah, I don't fuck with that gay shit.
Why not?
Nah, that shit just ain't in my blood.
Son came home gay one day, what would you do?
Oh, his shit gonna be on the front door.
Would you accept him?
Hell nah.
That's your son though, bro.
Not my son.
What you gonna do with him?
Just claim his ass.
So what if he want to spend time with his dad, you feel me?
He ain't got no father.
You ain't rock with a gay, huh?
Nah. Gay people, you feel me?
Your son can't be gay though.
My son can't be gay, cause then that look bad on me, you feel me? They gonna make me think I'm soft for some shit.
Would you accept him? Put that bang on his head. You put that bang on him, huh? We'll put that bang on him.
You had a son, he was gay.
You gonna kill your own son? Hey, yo, he gotta die. He gotta die. He rather for me to take his life, or he rather commit suicide.
Gotta have a gay son or a gay daughter. Doesn't matter to me. Same. A lesbian daughter. Why? Because I want my son to be gay. What the fuck?
A lesbian daughter.
Why?
Because niggas ain't shit.
Lesbian daughter. Lesbian daughter. Why? because I'd rather for my daughter to be gay and be into girls than my son getting dick down in the butt.
Would you rather a gay son or a thought daughter? Thought daughter. You ain't no about to mine. Thought daughter. Why?
I don't know. I don't want my son gay.
You right. Same.
A gay son or a thought daughter?
A thought daughter. Because it's even better fun. She gonna bring them hoes around.
If your son came out gay, what would you do?
Well, I still respect him, you know what I'm saying? Part of me and my son, but they ain't how I'm rocking.
Get him out of the gayness. I don't know. Take him to a strip club or something. You gonna kill your own son? Hey, yo, he gotta die. He gotta die.
Okay. So some people said they would actually kill their son. So that was very, very interesting. So I just wanted to show you that because a lot of people think that, we should, and most of them were black men. And this is a lot of the reason why I feel like a lot of people do not, when I say things like, is this my fight to be marching for black men and things like that, when really a lot of black men don't care about gay people, and they don't really protect us. They don't really stand for us, or, they don't really stand for women either. So, but they are the most protected. They are the most believed. They are the most by the gays and by the women. However, they really could care less about, black women and black gay men. And typically we are the ones who support them the most. So heterosexual black men. So it's very, very interesting. So I thought I'd bring up that point as well. But I also want to bring up Megan Thee Stallion just came and posted something. She says, let's get into what she said. Megan Thee Stallion comes up and says, nothing real can be threatened. Oh, yeah. And remember, when I said I was collaborating with Fashion Nova to make jeans for tall women, these are the first samples coming soon. So she's posting pictures. She is not pressed. She is not bothered. She's now making a Fashion Nova, doing her Fashion Nova ad campaign. So that's very, 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 very interesting. And while we're at it, please be sure to visit us on Instagram. Okay. Follow us there. Follow us on Instagram if you haven't done so already. All right. Boom. Let's get up out of here for a second. Let's take some more calls. Who we got in the queue? We got a lot of people. Okay. 0959. I'm coming for you. 0959. You are live on the air.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Let's talk.
I just want to say a couple things before.
Okay.
I just want to say I love you. I'm from Montreal. I've been following you for the last couple of months.
Thank you.
And your lives are incredible.
Thank you.
I would say something else, but in French and in Creole. But
yes.
I don't know if everybody in the chat understands.
But thank you.
So, a couple things. Tory is Canadian, but I don't know what passport, does he have the dual citizenship? The reason why I'm asking that is that I think he already has a couple of cases. I don't know. He had a couple of encounters with the law in the U.S. So I don't know if they're going to deport him or they're going to just let him stay in the U.S. because, with COVID, most probably now, Justin Trudeau's going to say, no, you can stay where you at.
Mm-hmm.
If he's from Ontario, for sure the Prime Minister of Ontario is just not going to bother anything because, he heard a black woman. Who cares? That's one. Two, Megan, the first video, when she came out, everybody was like, oh, she's not really hurt. But you could see it, the way that her hair was placed, the makeup and everything. You could see through her eyes she was traumatized.
Yes.
She didn't say everything because she didn't want exactly for Tory to be held accountable. So she didn't say anything on that first video. And I know she had issues with her previous manager or record label. And I know that Jay-Z is trying to has his couple of fingers into the sauce, the Jamaican sauce. So I don't know if Jay-Z's people came after Tory to like don't say anything, but Tory's like Canadian. He's like, I'm Canadian. I'm gonna release that album. He doesn't care. So that's another thing. And another thing also, the last thing, I'm trying to be quick. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, rien, that's French for nothing, rien, that would excuse a woman getting shot or have hands put on her. Another man, another woman, it doesn't matter. I don't know what, there's not enough drugs, alcohol. You're that messed up for doing that.
But here's the thing. I think that we agree with that, but I feel like the issue is a lot of people don't feel like she was even shot.
It doesn't matter if she got shot directly. She doesn't deserve that kind of violence. Who does that? And another thing, I don't know if you noticed, but every time there's a Kardashian Jenner involved,
there's some crazy stuff that goes on. Yes, I agree. I'm with you. All right. Thank you, caller. We got to move on, though. We got to move on. Thanks for calling. Shout out to Montreal. Have a great evening. Or what time is it? What time is it over there?
You're 3 hours behind.
Oh.
You're on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
And I'm on Montreal. Merci, je t'aime. Bonne soirée tout le monde. Bye.
Bye. All right, cool. Let's take another call. 3016. You're live on the air, and then we're going to 5152. Hello?
Hi, Armand.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Hi, this is my first time calling you. I've been trying to get into your calls a couple months ago when you went live, but this is my first time.
Okay, well, welcome.
Hi. So I wanted to talk about the Megan situation.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of people talk about, how she didn't get shot or anything and she didn't get shot in the foot. And I was watching another blogger, I forgot her name, but she was saying the same thing I was thinking, you don't know what God can do. The bullet could have ricocheted or anything, but it missed the tendons and all that stuff in her foot. You don't know what God can do because it's it reminds me of the situation a couple years back. I think it was in Dayton or something. Somebody got shot in the head and they survived. So it's for the people to say that
I agree. I agree with that because my stepdad, stepdad. My mom was dating this guy way back in the day. He was pretty hardcore, okay? And he used to be out in the streets, Oakland, getting into some things. And there was this woman. And, they were, she was with the shits too. But the niggas came in and they ran up and they shot. And she got shot in the head. But the bullet did not break through the temple. It just went at the top, it came through the top, but it didn't puncture. So, and I met that woman. I talked to her and she was like, yeah, I got shot in the head, but nothing happened. She survived and she got literally shot in the head. And so it broke it didn't fracture anything. It just came out the top of her head and it missed everything. And I was like, wow, she got lucky. And I'll never forget that woman because you'll never hear those stories. However, things like that can happen.
Exactly. And then, the fact that people were bashing her throughout this whole thing, people got to remember, she just lost her mother this year. She lost her father. She lost her grandmother. She has no family to back her up on this. So I'm 23 and Megan's 25. So we're young people. We're trying to find people that are going to be for us, show us where to go on the right path, what not to do and stuff like that. So it's Megan is still learning, even though she's going through this whole situation. And I do believe that Tory actually shot Megan.
You do?
I don't think nobody else in the car shot her, but I do believe that he shot her because men like Tory Lanez that has anger management stuff, they don't think twice before making that action.
And I think that we're missing all these other fights that Tory has gotten into it with other men. He's attacked Travis Scott. He attacked Prince. He's attacked people. Tory Lanez is like the baby, you know, and like I wouldn't be surprised, like, you know what I mean? Like they go and they don't realize who they are, and they will attack you, they will fight you, they will hit you. And so I feel like, you know, he did shoot her, because we're not gonna act like Tory Lanez is innocent.
Right.
And it's like, why are we now acting as if he's so innocent because she didn't tell on him right away? If that's the case, then he, like I said earlier, he should be saying that if he didn't shoot her, he should be telling who shot her. If you can make a whole album about how you didn't shoot her and how she basically betrayed you and how the Illuminati is coming after you, then nigga, you might as well say who shot you, who shot her, if you know it wasn't you.
Exactly.
But
And
why
I
is
think
he not being held to that
he's
same standard?
capitalized- Yeah. And I think it's disgusting that he's capitalizing off of Black women's trauma. Like, that stuff is not funny. And it's people, like, on my Facebook page, like, on my timeline, they're saying that his album is fire. Like, you guys are disgusting. And then they want to bring up the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation. Like, why do y'all always bring up Chris Brown and Rihanna in any type of domestic violence issues? Like, I know that's really irritating them. Like, they done been past it and apologizing and told the truth. They got over it.
Well, and I see people are saying, well, Meg has a domestic violence charge as well. She does have that. But I'm just like, and here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that she don't have a domestic violence charge. I'm not saying that she wasn't, in the wrong or necessarily for slapping the nigga. I'm not saying that she didn't probably put her hands on the nigga. She probably did. But we know one thing for certain, because Tory even admitted this. He is the reason for the initial conflict, because he was banging Megan Thee Stallion, but he was sitting in Kylie Jenner's face and flirting with different women. So yes. And now anybody on this listening, the 2,000 people listening, I know y'all have not been, I know more than one person has been in a situation where they nigga was doing too much and you slapped that nigga, or you would. So don't try to make it seem like Megan was out of line if she slapped Tory's ass. That still doesn't warrant her to be shot, in my opinion.
Right.
The nigga was doing too much. He was doing too much. Period.
He was. He really was. Like, your solution shouldn't be pulling out the gun to shoot her. That's not a right choice. Like, you could have just left her alone. Like, when she got out the car, she didn't want to argue. There's no reason for you to pull out the gun and shoot at her. Like, that's just dumb.
Exactly.
But that's all I wanted to say, Armand. I'm glad I got on your live and just to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for calling in, Boo. You have a great night or great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Let's see who's next. Yeah, like people saying that she has a dumbass. I'm not saying that she didn't go slap the nigga. I probably would have, if I was drunk and you just played in my face like that and you sitting over, and especially if it's such a love story like Tory Lanez is portraying in the record, it was just this roller coaster of love and emotions. Bitch, I'd have slapped you too. You playing in my face. I invite you to Kylie Jenner house and you sitting all up under Kylie Jenner playing with me. Nigga, I'm gonna slap you too. Especially if I done got myself up to walk to the car and you want to antagonize me like I'm tripping. Yeah, we probably is gonna get into it. No tea. I'm not even finna act like we not. We definitely getting into it. But does that mean you shoot me? No. I'm looking for 5152. But I don't see them, so we might move to the next caller. Oh, here we go. 5152. Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Armand. So I just wanted to hit on a few points, right? So I've been just looking back and forth at all the stuff going on. And, I follow Megan. I like her. I think she's a fun girl. I'm not necessarily a fan of her music. And like Tory, I know of him, but I don't listen to any of his music at all. So what I think is going on is really like a lot of wordplay and like semantics, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you look at the medical report of what the Shade Room released, they basically said she had a gunshot injury, and she did. So I think the problem is Megan is saying Tory shot me Tory is saying he did not shoot her. But the question is Tory responsible for the gun going off? He might have not pointed the gun at her. He might not have any intentions of shooting her, but a gun went off. Do you know what I mean? Because
yes.
What she moved was bullet fragments. So I'm going to explain like what the other caller was trying to say when he said he didn't think he shot her. So when a bullet fragment is basically when a casing breaks, right? So that means that it ricochets off something, it hits something, right? So if the gun went off and it was pointed towards the ground and it was pavement, the casing is going to break. That's going to cause a fragment. They're going to fly off into different directions. And that's what got into her foot. So I think the problem is like, Tory is saying, I didn't shoot you because he's saying I didn't point a gun at you and I did not shoot you. Do you know what I mean? So
right.
It's a lot of semantics going where, and I think his feeling, and I'm not defending him, I'm just showing what I think from both sides. His feeling is you are telling the world that almost like you're a domestic violence, victim. And you know that this was an accident. Maybe I shot at the gun at the ground, being reckless. It might have went off. I don't know how it happened. I'm not even going to try to get into that. I don't know how it happened or whatever, if somebody was tussling with the gun, but the gun went off. I think it ricocheted off something else. And then as a result of that, Megan was injured. That's why they're saying she has a gunshot injury. She was not shot with a bullet. There was no bullet that went through her foot. So from his perspective, he's saying you are not telling the truth because you're saying you were shot. And she technically was not actually shot. Do you know what I mean? But she was a victim of a gunshot injury. She was injured because of a gunshot, because a gun went off. So I say all that to say this. I see both perspectives, right? But the problem I have, and I will say this, I think honestly, to be real with you, I think Megan did kind of exaggerate the story. She, you know what I mean? She said that she was shot. I don't necessarily know. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was exaggerated. I don't know if her team told her to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or whatever the case may be or whatever. But irregardless, this is my problem with Tory. There was a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that should have never been the case. There was a gun. And so, people use a lot of blackisms and people have been saying like, hey, protect black women when it comes to who do we believe. I don't get into that part of it because I just believe in logic, right? When I heard her story initially, I was like, this doesn't necessarily add up to me. But honestly, I feel like when she told that story, she was very hesitant because I think people kept saying she's traumatized because of what she'd been through. I don't even know if she remembers. She probably was drunk. I think she was more so she cared about Tory and she did not want to be in a situation where she was going to get him in trouble. And I think it was hard for her to come out and, it took her a couple times going on live and posting before she said his name. I really felt like she struggled with that because, like he said, they had a relationship. Or
exactly.
Whatever.
So hold on. But with that being said, because I agree, but this is where it takes me back because she did a couple of lives. And the live before we even knew it was Tory, she said, now this is going back to the fragmented bullets. She specifically said, I was shot. And it was with an intention to harm me. Like she said,
right.
Like a nigga directed the gun and shot at me. I was shot. Like, and it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a ricochet. Like, no, somebody tried to hurt me. That's what she said.
Right.
So that doesn't sound like
she
something shot on the ground and the fragment, a bullet came and kind of grazed her. It sounded like someone with an intention shot her. They shot her with an intention, and that's how she's taking it.
And right, exactly, and that's how she's taking it. And I don't know, like a lot of people have said this, and we can only speculate that hey, maybe she was drunk. Her team is telling her, kind of feeding her, what happened or whatever, what she needs to say. And I feel like that's what he's saying. He's getting by off semantics. He's playing innocent on semantics, right? Because maybe he did not mean to shoot her, and he's trying to make her look like a liar because she is saying that, which I don't necessarily feel like is probably the full truth. Because what we do know is like when they got stopped, they got pulled out of the car, which means you got back in the car with him after you supposedly was just shot. Do you know what I mean? Like
right.
I understand when the police are saying you don't want to get him in trouble, but before the police got there, you still got back in the car with him. You didn't feel like you were I'm not getting in no car with nobody who just shot at me and told me dance, bitch. I'm not.
Right.
So like, I don't
right.
know if
right.
that is like, I don't know if any of that is true. This is the point I want to bring it around to though. When we do talk about black men and black women, it might have been an accident. It might not have been intentional. I truly 100% believe it was an accident. And I think that's why Tory's kind of upset and disappointed because he's like, you are making it seem like I'm a monster and you knew that this was an accident. I think that's why he apologized because he was playing around with a gun or something got heated or whatever happened. The gun went off. And as a result, she got injured. but his intent probably was not to injure her. And I think she knew that, which is why she got back in the car with him. But the problem is, you as a black man, why do you even have a gun out around black women? And I was talking to my boyfriend about this, and he's from the street, whatever, he's used to kind of that lifestyle. And he was just like, I don't give a fuck. He had a gun around women. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. I apologize. But he was like, he had a gun around women. Case closed. You know what I mean? Like, you had a gun around women. You don't do that. Y'all are drinking. I don't care if it's a play thing. I don't care if whatever the situation is. If you are, to me, that's threatening. And so, a lot of people have a lack of sympathy or empathy for Megan. But honestly, you pull a gun out in front of me and I'm traumatized. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
No man should be pulling out a gun, waving a gun around. A gun went off and someone could have died. I don't care if it's just a bullet fragment. Do you get what I'm saying? If it was me, I'm going to look back and say, damn, I could have died. Like, someone could have died or someone could have been seriously injured. That was her career. Do you know that could have been her career? We all know, what she does, her knees, her legs, all that stuff. So that is a traumatizing thing. So when we talk about protect black women, I have a question for everybody. Like, do you think, because since he's talking about Kylie like a baby in a manger, do you think he would have ever had a gun out around Kylie?
Around Kylie? No.
When we talk about when we talk about the way that black women view black women versus white women, do you feel like he ever would have had a gun out around her at all, period, at all? No, never. So that's my whole problem. And what bothers me is that I get it. I feel like Tory probably has been going through all these emotions and he probably really cared about her. He needs to go seek help, because the problem is, like, it comes from such a selfish place. You are the reason all of this transpired. Whether you meant to physically harm her or not, you are still the reason all this transpired. So to have this whole album without listening to it, and I'm not gonna lie, I've never listened to him before, so I was surprised. I thought the quality of the music was good, whether he was talking about A, B, or C. But at the same time, like, you literally victimize yourself for a whole album when you are the reason this plays. This was your gun. You know what I mean? Like,
and you were the reason the reason why before the gun even took place, you were the reason for the confrontation in the beginning. Let's be very clear.
Right.
He was the reason for the discourse.
So all of this transpired because of you. So my thing is, like, you should have made a whole album apologizing. That's what you should have did, apologizing, instead of sitting up here trying to make it seem like, dang, you did me wrong. And then this whole, like, Illuminati, everybody coming at me. No, all of this is actually a consequence of what you did, of your own actions. And that's my problem with him. It's like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you not thinking clearly? Like, all of the steps that led up to that point are because of you.
Exactly. Or we got to move on, Carla. We got to move on.
All the yelling, cussing, whatever happened, whatever she did, it doesn't matter. It doesn't warrant a gun being pulled out. Any type of gunplay at all doesn't warrant. And as a black man, maybe you got a problem with drinking. I don't care if you drunk or not. You should have been protecting the black women that you were with.
Period. Thank you, caller. Thanks for calling on. We gotta go. Thanks, Bill.
Who is this freak of nature?
With DJ Armand.
All right, we gotta take the next caller. Yeah, she got into some things. All right, let's take the next one. Who we got? We got a lot of people in the queue. All right, let's see. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. She was speaking facts. We gotta keep it moving. I don't see my numbers. Hold on. Let me see. Let me scroll up. I see numbers on here. Dang, y'all was commenting. Mo, I need the numbers. Somebody give me the numbers. Somebody, if anybody have the numbers, let me see if I can get them here. Does anybody have the numbers? Ooh. Hold on, y'all. Dang, I had them. I'm gonna have to add some more moderators. We need some more moderators that know how to collect the numbers. We need extra numbers because we have a lot of people in these chats now. Sometimes it's hard to get the numbers. Oh, I was on a roll. 6173-3397. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Where am I at? Okay. 6173. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
From the Bay Area. I listen to you all the time. Nothing much. So I just wanted to just be very brief. The previous caller, she made some really good points, and I totally agree with her. If he was around Kylie, would he have really pulled out a gun around her? I don't think he would have done that. So why do it around Megan? I was looking back at the TMZ reports when they first reported, and a witness said that he shot in the air. They saw an SUV matching the SUV they were in. Shots were fired in the air. They got in the car and drove off. The police ended up finding their vehicle down the street, and they ended up finding a gun. Tory, unidentified, which obviously was Kelsey, the bodyguard, and Meg. So, I mean, is it a possibility when he shot in the air, she got hit with one of those bullets? I don't really know. I don't really care. All I know is that she got shot. Like, I don't see any justification by that. Like, we have proof that she got shot. What more do people want? I don't see why people are justifying an album. I'm not going to listen to his album and give him any type of gain from that. I feel like he's trash for even putting out an album. Like, why would you do that to somebody that you apparently still love?
Right.
Still want? I think he knows that Megan is over him for sure. She's
it's
done.
over.
She's done. But like, to me, there's nothing that can warrant an album to somebody that you love. You're talking about how much he lost his mom, she lost her mom. He's trying to put some love connection there. But you put out a whole album against her. It's definitely gaslighting. And for people,
You're gaslighting the public. He's gaslighting the public.
Exactly.
He's gaslighting the public for sure. Yeah.
What more is there to talk about? There shouldn't even be a conversation anymore at this point. Why does it matter who shot her? She got shot.
Exactly.
Either Tory did it or either Kelsey did it. Kelsey's not speaking, so we don't know what's going on. Kelsey's going to speak to a DJ. She's going to speak to it. Why are you speaking now? You should have been spoke. Now he has an album out. Megan was pushed by, unfortunately, she was bullied into speaking out about something. We're never going to get the true facts. So unfortunately, all we can do is speculate, which really sucks, and which really, it really goes further into the division of like the whole black man and black woman thing, because all we can do is speculate. Someone in the chat actually said something really important that I didn't even take into account. They're blindly speaking. They have their lawyers, they have their team in their ear. They're saying one thing, this person's saying another thing. Another thing that really stood out to me is the fact that his whole album, which is very funny, is a lot of the speculation and allegations. Do you remember when Adam 32, I don't know, the porn star
right,
guy,
yeah,
but the guy who said that she was initially mad because he was messing with Kylie, and all these stories that she ended up debunking and came out on her live and said, I'm only speaking out because you're
90 seconds.
You were doing an album this whole time.
The whole
that's
time.
Even further proof and evidence that everything that was coming out was from your team.
And you were telling Adam, and you told DJ Academics. He was telling, because he's been talking to Academics for a minute. So DJ Academics has been kind of releasing tea, because DJ Academics is the one where I got the information that Kelsey got the COVID and Tory and Megan took Tory from Kelsey. And then it came out that,
60 seconds.
That Kelsey did like Tory, and that Megan was lying and hiding the fact that they had been kicking it. So it's a whole mess. It's a mess. But thank you, caller.
Thank you.
You have a good night. Okay, we got to take some more calls. 4856. Let's get into some things. 4856. You're live on the air. Turn me down in the back.
Okay, Armand, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, this is my first time calling.
Welcome.
The lady that got into it, she said everything I wanted to say. My question was, why was she in the back and or why was she sitting away from him? First question. I didn't get into it deep then. But my other thing is this.
10
if
seconds.
He shot her, I felt like maybe it was an accident. Maybe he dropped the gun in the car and the gun went off. That was my idea, because if y'all into an X, Y, and Z, why the foot? Then it was like, okay, well, the bullet didn't hit no bone or this, that, and the third. Okay. So then I was with the other caller with the bullet went off and a fragment hit her. That made more sense than he shot her. Because if a bullet hit her in her foot, it wouldn't have been that pretty, if that makes sense.
Right. That's a logical answer. However, but we still can't negate from the fact that Megan also said that she was shot with the intent to be harmed. So that would dissolve the idea that he just shot to the ground and it was a fragment, because she felt Her perception was the shit was shot. She was shot at.
Okay. That cancels that for me. Now my last thing, because I know it's a whole lot of people in the queue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big sister. I'm 37. Meg in her 20s. Meg lost her mom, her dad, her grandma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like this. We need to get somebody, Missy Elliott, or somebody in the music business
Mm-hmm.
or wherever. She needs somebody on her side. You know what I'm saying? Not just the record label, not just the people that got money involved that's going to get some money from Megan. Where her family at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She ain't got no uncles, no aunties, no nothing. If she need an auntie, I sign up to be an auntie because this some bullshit. He shouldn't have been. I feel like this. If he had a gun in the car, like the other lady said, you don't have no guns like that around no women. That's just my daddy, a OG. The other thing, if he 5'2", he might be overcompensating for something that we don't know.
Okay, you stop that.
You know what I'm saying?
But okay, thank you, caller.
Live from San Francisco. Broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Armand Wiggins Radio Show.
Listen, guys, this is a good time to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Please make sure you subscribe. The best way to support your favorite content creator is to subscribe. So if you haven't done so, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, taking another call, 3742. We're getting into some things. Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, Jaguar Wright, Mary J. Blige. Let's talk about it.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, yes, I can. What's going on?
I'm from Chicago. I'm listening to you from Chicago.
Shout out to Chicago. Hey.
Okay. So this is a lot. So firstly, I want to say, like, what type of friend, they say this Kelsey girl is her friend. What type of friend sees me and a dude take a picture? I don't know if this was Tory's and Megan's first time meeting, but at the Rock Nation brunch, but their picture was Tory taking a photo like behind her butt.
Right.
What type of friend sees that picture and be like, oh, I'm going to like that guy. He took a picture behind my friend's butt. I'm going to like him. I don't know if they were hanging out as friends and she developed like a crush on him or like my friends would never.
Mm-hmm.
Like if my friends see me hang out with a guy, we're getting close, my best friend would never. That's first things first. Like, what type of friend are you? Then there's this girl who says she sells clothes to them. She drops off clothes, so she claims. She claims that Tory and Kelsey's story are the same. What type of friend, if I grew up with you, what type of friend are you to side with an industry dude you just met through me? Like, what type of friend is, like, where did this bitch come from? What type of friend is she?
Right. So this is why they're probably not talking right now. But at the same time, well, what type of friend are you, Meg, that you've been hiding the secret that I catch the COVID-19 and then you end up kicking it with the nigga that I like?
And who's to even say that's true? Because again, like, how would she have met Tory without Megan?
Well, that's a fact.
And then Tory tweeted like a week before the incident. He tweeted, like, I don't know if it was a tweet or an Instagram. He said, if it's an event where I feel like I need to bring my gun, I don't even need to be at that event. So what changed? Like, just weeks ago, you were saying you don't need to be bringing guns to any event you go to, or you don't need to go to them. So what would make you have a gun around at a Kylie Jenner party of all places in Calabasas? Like, help me understand. I don't get it. And then you're saying you didn't shoot her and Kelsey didn't shoot her. So that leaves her and the bodyguard. Make it make sense.
Absolutely. Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Bye. Listen, the people are frustrated, Tory, that we need answers. All right, let's see. Let's take another call. 3016, you are live on the air.
Hey, love, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, Lisa? Let's talk about it. What are you thinking?
Okay, so first of all, Tory Lanez is acting just like a quintessential somatic narcissist. A somatic narcissist is also one that likes to have a lot of sex with different people. Okay, so he kept Meg. This is just, and I know this, y'all, because my ex-husband was one. He hated it when I would post and tag him on Facebook or Instagram. Why? Because his little pool of women that he was messing with and saying, oh, you know, my wife isn't this, my wife isn't that, you know, playing the sympathy card, playing the victim role, whatever, I was messing up his game. So that's why he had to keep Meg on the down low. He was probably telling her, you know, industry this, industry that, let's just keep this to ourselves, whoop-de-bam-whoom, and telling her the whole time, well, I'm not digging Kelsey like that anyway. You know, I've already told her it's not going to happen, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's how this goes. They have a bunch of different people, and they tell each of them what they need to hear. They get in with you based on what they can get in your deepest, darkest secrets, your deepest trauma. So they both had their mothers die. That's how they got
That's how
together.
he got in.
That's what he played on the whole time. Second of all, that's also why I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree. No, I was saying that's it. That was it. It was the mother.
Okay. So then why didn't she tell? There's two reasons why she didn't tell. You don't tell because you're from the neighborhood. You're not trying to, you know, hem up the black man, this, that, and the other. You also don't tell. She actually handled this the best way she should have. Because when you're dealing with a narcissist, what they do is they come out and make you look like you're absolutely crazy. They make everybody question your entire story. They make people think that they are the victim and that you did them so wrong. You gave them everything, all your love, all your this, all your that. And look at how she is doing me, or he is doing me now. He came out with a smear campaign. Then he gaslighted her with this. He's going to continue to do it to try to make her look crazy. Third of all, anybody that's ever had police involvement, the reason why Megan got back in that car was because she was on foot. Now she's injured. He may have shot at the ground. He may have shot up in the air. It doesn't matter. He shot. Okay? It could have been, you know, like an Ike Turner thing, like, you know, you can't leave me. You're going to come back. Bam, bam, pop, pop. And the bullets hit everywhere. Maybe he couldn't aim because, you know, he's 5'3" and trying to reach out the window. So I don't know. But bang, bang, she gets shot. They bring everybody back to the car. You're not automatically going to go back to the car where you were seated. You're going to go back where they pretty much tell you until you can keep the whole situation calmed down. Mm-hmm. So, and miss me with all of this. Oh, we got to protect him. And, well, maybe he didn't. And this, that, and this. I'm tired. First of all, he's not even an American black man. He's a Canadian black man. So go back. Second of all, I'm tired of trying to protect these black men. Like, not all black men are bad. I'm not saying that. But when they mess up, why is it that we, women, gay men, everybody else has got to come to their defense and say, oh, but, to me, black men need to be willing to stand up and say, I'm a real man. This person is not. This is a simp. This is a whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right is right, wrong is wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm going to call you out on it. I'm not going to protect you. And especially not when you're trying to make me look crazy out here in these streets. That's not what's going to happen. So
Period.
That's my long and the short of it. You know, I'm moving and I'm doing all kinds of stuff today. So, you know, that's the long and the short of it. But he is a quintessential somatic narcissist.
Well,
that is exactly what he's acting like.
And you believe he shot her?
Yes. The narcissist, a narcissist, and you know this as well.
But why is the public on his side?
Go ahead.
The public is on, a lot of the vast majority of the public is on his side.
Because I'm telling you, a narcissist is really, really good at making the other person look crazy. And they're very good at playing the victim. They're very good at putting it out here and making you believe that this other person drove them to do this. This wasn't their fault. She drove me to do this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why that's why a lot of people, when they suffer, you know, abuse, and most abusers, domestic violence abuse, there are narcissists as well. A lot of women don't come out, victims don't come out. Why? Because they know that the man is going to be believed before they are. All the blame is put on the woman. So this is just, I mean, we got to look at it. At the end of the day, I don't care if it was an accident. I don't care if he was playing. I don't care if he was just threatening. He upped a pistol, period, point blank. At the end of the day, I don't care how it went off. He upped a pistol.
All right. Thank you, Lisa.
So, all right, honey. Bye.
I love you. I'll call you later. Bye. See ya. Okay, we got to move on. We got a lot of people on here. Let's keep it going. Okay, let me see. Where was that? Where was we at? Boom, boom. Okay, 6171. We got the queue is just being popping today. 6171, you're live on the air. Let's talk.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
Shout out from the Bay.
Hey, shout out. Talk to me.
So I want to get into some things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it. First of all, for all the people that are talking about, oh, maybe it was playful, whatever, let's cut that. Let's stop spinning that narrative, because Meg herself already said that Tory shot her in an intent to harm her. We've already seen he's got a temper. We see him fight in the club. We see him fight everywhere. You mean to tell me this is the one time he didn't spaz off and go crazy? He got a temper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why everybody acting like he don't have a temper. And everybody's trying to get into the other pieces of the missing story. I have a sad reality for y'all. You're not going to hear it, because I guarantee a piece of the story has to do with what happened at Kylie's house and the words that Meg had with Kylie in order to get Kylie to stop following her. Because what people don't remember is Kylie invited Meg. She brought Tory and the other girl. So regardless of whether she was messing around with Tory or not, before they went to that house, I'm pretty sure her friend knew what was up. Because if you're chilling with some dude that I like, and you're like, oh, we're gonna go to Kylie's dinner house, I'm gonna call Tory. I'm gonna be like, why you calling Tory? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I not calling Tory? Why am I not bringing Tory over?
But we never know, because remember he said the night before they were at Jordan Wood's house, and then he was on the couch, and he woke up on the couch and she was gone. So they've been playing it cool the whole time.
Yeah, that is true, but I guarantee that Megan and Kylie had some words. I guarantee that something went down at the house, and the fight and the argument started at the house. Or else Kylie would have been one of those people sending Meg flowers, saying condolences. There's no reason that Kylie would just unfollow Meg because she got shot. I'm telling you, some tea went down at that house, and because of how powerful the Kardashians are, I guarantee that piece of the story will never come out. That's why the attention is only on, well, what happened in the car? Well, I want to know what happened to let up to the car, because I know why Megan was in the front seat. If I'm getting into an argument, I'm leaving a heated battle, I don't want to sit next to you.
That's true.
I don't want to sit
That's
next
true.
to you. Y'all
That's
sit
true.
in the back seat. Y'all get away from me. Just get me the fuck home.
Yes. Okay, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Because she was already ready to go, because he had already said, like, me and Kylie thought you was good. We didn't know you was tripping. But she was already mad. So she got in the front seat and she was just ready to go home. You're right. You have a point. That's very much so true.
Exactly. Fact. Now, I'm in the front seat. We arguing, stuff going down. I want to leave. Tory has a very short temper. I say pull the car over, get out, want to get out. He's the type of person like, oh, you want to leave? Then dance. I can see him shooting at the ground. And he shot at her, yes. And it ricocheted and hit her in the foot. He didn't shoot her in the foot directly with the gun aimed at her foot, but he did shoot at the ground in order to scare her. And she got hurt. I guarantee you. Because you telling me a dude who goes in the club and literally has 3 words with somebody and starts punching them, or goes off in a room, in a dressing room, threatening someone else, can't go from 0 to 100 when he has shown y'all he goes from 0 to 100 all the time.
Okay, but what's the piece? But what's the piece about the friend? Because she's still in it.
The friend is a witness. I guarantee that the friend is a witness, and so is the bodyguard, and that they cannot speak.
But why is the friend and why is Megan not friends with her friend?
I guarantee you that her and the friend had some words. And I guarantee something went on, and maybe her friend probably didn't get out the car with her, didn't side with her, was probably picking up from Tory because she was trying to get some tea. You know, come on, we got to think realistically. We've all been in those situations where we've had homegirls or people that clout chase or this and stuff. She probably got in a conversation in an argument, and the friend did not take up with her, did not leave the car with her, and sat around and let her get shot. Straight like that.
All right, I like what you're talking. I like what you're talking about. Thank you, Carla. We're gonna move on, but I like you. I like your point. I didn't think about the fact that she probably got in the front seat because she was already irritated. So that's very true.
Exactly. Can I just speak on the video that you showed with the despicable men and women talking about killing their gay children?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Honey, I'm going to let you know this. First of all, half of them were just betrayed anyway.
Right.
And because they was with their homies, they were trying to give away their tea. But, I mean, there's a mentality as a black woman, trans woman, that is out here fighting and protesting for other black people. It really breaks my heart because I know that they're not going to go out there and protest for me. But this is culture. It's not just the men, it's the women that go with homophobic and transphobic men and kind of keep that culture going. But I just want to say, like, this is the problem with what's going on with the black community. And I want to say one more thing. Everything that those men and women said about their children is the same thing that fascists and racists say about black people and Mexicans. But what would you do if your daughter brought home a black man? Oh, I'd shoot him. What would you do if your kid was half black? Oh, I'd kill him.
Yes. But you getting into some yes, because you getting into that R word. But thank you, bye. Because she finna go in and start doing some crazy woo woo.
In the mix.
Who is this freak of nature?
With DJ Armand.
All right. Okay. I only know this number because they always call, but I didn't happen to see it on the list. So it looked like it got lost. So I'm going to pull her. 4205.
Hi, babe. How are you?
Good. You lucky I know your number because I didn't see it on the list, but I seen that you was on here. What's going on?
I know. I kept it off the list, but we busy, and I'm really happy about that. So it's okay.
Oh, yeah. So talk to me. What you got?
Okay. So, of course, you know, as we continue to go through this thing with Meg and I listen to different sides of the story and things like that, honestly, I'm starting to get really upset with Megan. And here's why. First, I'm mad at Megan because she was under the influence and didn't handle this situation as logically as she could. She handled it with the hood mentality. You know, I understand that it was an amount of self-preservation inside of it, but I don't like that she tried to spare him because sometimes sparing people that's not worth it, this is the end result of doing so. They disrespect you. They make you look like the crazy person. They make you look like you're wrong. I don't have any issues with Megan's story because in my mind, and this is just honestly how I think about it, anytime an incident happens, people tell you to write it down right away or the next day because that's your clearest recollection of the story. But if she was drunk and didn't talk about this for weeks later, of course her story would be a little spotty because the recollection, you know, it's not there as it would have been the day before, you know, or if she wasn't under the influence. So like I said, my main issue with her is that sometimes as black women, we really take on that strong black woman persona and try to put on Superman capes for people and end up getting disrespected and end up being wrong in the end. If she would have told the police what was going on and made that police report, there would have been nothing to debate about after that. You know, but because she left it open and tried to spare him, she's being dragged.
Yes, she is, and you see, and he's leading the dragging right now.
Exactly. And that too. honestly, I expected absolutely nothing from Tory Lanez. I ain't never met no criminal or no hood nigga a day in my life that ever said they committed the crime. Never. I ain't never met not one of them. So I expected everything and nothing from Tory Lanez at the same time. I knew that would be the route that he take because Megan made it easy for him not to take accountability for his actions. You know?
Absolutely.
So I knew that it would be the route that he take. Honestly, I honestly think about it. If he would have went to jail right away, you know, and led with that, everybody would have been on Megan's side. But because she left a shadow of a doubt with the way she went about telling her story and the way she went about things, it opened the door for people to believe what he was saying and to crown him. You know, it left the door open for that, you know? So like I said, I understand why she handled it the way she handled it. I still think bad that the fact that I'm pretty sure she was thinking self-preservation. But at the same time, it went left on her. And that's what I see it as.
Well, thank you, caller, because you got into some things. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, boo.
Bye. Okay, we got to take some more. Okay, let's see. Who we got next? Oh, I thought we 3151. I feel like I seen 3151. You live on the air.
Hi, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
This is my first time calling in.
Hey, shout out to you. Talk to me.
Okay. I'm ready to get into something. So, first of all, I feel like the whole situation, during the quarantine, I've been watching it. We've both been quarantined at home, but Meg and Tory happened to pop up on live. And yes, I do think Meg was jealous a little bit of Kylie because she was supposed to be the star. She got the top #1 song, but Kylie Jenner, and I'm not mad at Tory because Tory had a crush on her for a long time, and for him to be around her while they're drinking and everything, you know, he probably felt a certain type of way. And Meg is still wrong because that's her best friend. Okay, Kelsey had the COVID and she left, and now it's time for Meg to scoop on in and, you know, do what she want to do. And you know, in Tory album, like, he literally broke down everything. So I feel like they always arguing in the car, and it went off.
What went off?
I feel like Meg did it. Like,
you feel like Meg shot herself?
To save her, like, so. Yes, I'm gonna be the one to say it, and I love Meg, but I understand. Like, I was listening to her, but it's like it's too many holes. So I was just waiting for Tory because it's two sides to every story. So I wanted to listen, and he gave it to us in the album. Like, I'm not mad at that either. Like, he just didn't sit on live, and he gave it to us in the album. But every song literally says a little piece of everything. Like,
okay, well, thank you, caller. You're entitled to your opinion. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Let's take another one. 6922. You next. 6922. Ooh, child, y'all in here today. 6922. All right, I don't see you, so you must have dipped off. 5226. We still thank you. Coming through 5226. You're live on the air.
Hello, Armand. I've been a big fan. My first time calling in.
Thank you. Call in. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's get into some things.
And I don't want your comments. I'm reading your comments, and I don't want them to get mad at me. But I feel like people have ADD. Okay. Tory Lanez has proven that he will construct a story that will make him look good. We forget that Tory Lanez has had multiple incidents of having aggressive situation with lesser known women. I feel like the problem with Tory Lanez is that he was used to, and I hate to say it like this, but he was used to dealing with nothing girls who were lower than him that he could get stuff with. And so at the end of the day, he tried to treat Megan like the thoughts that everybody ignored when they were complaining about Tory Lanez. Then they forget the fact that Tory got clocked for trying to do a black girl magic moment that wasn't true. He did a whole video shoot acting like he was trying to defend the dark-skinned sister. The dark-skinned and the light-skinned sister said the whole situation didn't go down that way. So we forgetting that Tory Lanez is a whole director out here in these streets.
Well,
the only problem, two things that got Megan in the situation that she in, and I agree with the other caller. One, she went by street code, because you have to, people forget Megan is in the hip hop industry. The one rule in hip hop outside of Tekashi is Tekashi. In hip hop, you're not supposed to be snitching. So she tried not to snitch, and it backfired on her. At the same time, as a woman, to protect other women, say something, because at the end of the day, let's just say that this goes the way you planned it. Okay, I'm not saying nothing, but I'm not fucking with Tory Lanez no more.
Yeah.
You left Tory Lanez out on the community to do this to another woman. So that's the bug. And to answer your question, why people want to believe Megan is lying so much, is because people want to be in Megan's spot, not as the number one rapper, but they want to be the girl that Tory Lanez interested in. So if I support Tory, maybe I could get some of his bag. If I support Tory, maybe he'll see me in the comments, liking comments and saying Megan's a liar. He'll jump in my DM. At the end of the day, and that's what it is. These lesser bitches want to be Megan so bad that Megan gotta be lying, because everybody know there's just like with men, why men won't let they females be friends with other dudes, because they know there's niggas waiting on the sideline, waiting to take your spot. At the end of the day, if this was a lesser known female, it would have went away like the other females that had issues with Tory Lanez and said that Tory Lanez was abusive and didn't respect them.
Well,
but they were nobodies. They weren't a superstar rapper. We wouldn't be having this conversation if the headline was Tory Lanez got pulled over with a gun and Megan Thee Stallion is dead. We wouldn't be having this conversation. At the end of the day, Megan is an easy target because she's in an island on her own. She ain't got no family. She just left the teams that she was with. She with Rock Nation, but that's a big conglomerate. You understand what I'm saying? They looking out for her, but they ain't looking out for her like that. But even the way Tory could have got out of this, when Megan was trying not to say anything and people was dragging her, he didn't even have to say he didn't do it. All he had to do was be like, y'all, leave Megan alone.
Yes.
He didn't have to say he did it. He didn't have to say he didn't do it. But when he saw that the whole internet was dragging Megan about this situation, y'all, back up for Megan.
Yes.
Problem solved. She could have stayed quiet, and at the end of the day, y'all could have worked that out in the background. But at the same time, we all saw the team. So everybody like, we believe the Kobe story. Okay, that was a story that director Tory said to academics, because at the end of the day, we all know that academic values his relationships in the community more, that he'll say anything the rappers say just to continue to get hanging out with them so he can have stories.
Right.
So we're not going to sit here and act like academics ain't trash sometimes. So two trash dudes got with another trash dude in Adam and put out a story about Megan. And because Megan wasn't talking, it left room for people to be like, well, if that's the case, why she not saying nothing defending herself? Why she not saying nothing to defend herself? And as soon as she stepped up and defend herself, you lying. So she was damned if she did and damned if she didn't. Pretty much.
You had got into some things.
At the end of the day, people have ADD. These stories let's deal with the fact. Tory has been clocked many times before, creating a narrative to make him look good.
Thank you, Carla.
Why would this time be different?
Yeah, got into some things. Thank you so much.
In the mix.
Listen.
Who is this freak of nature?
With DJ Armand.
That's how you get into some things. Thank you so much for calling in. Shia got into some things. Okay, let's take one more. I think we got one more. We've been on here for 2 hours. But we had the super chats was coming, so we have to take the calls. We busy today. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a full live tonight. 444. It's a Saturday situation. 6219. 6219, you're live on the air.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
It's Connie. So I just wanted to say a few things about the Megan situation. First, let me explain to people what it means when we say protect Black women. It doesn't mean we're expecting these little women to jump in front of bullets for us. Let me tell you what it means. It means that when a Black woman cries, believes that she's sad. If she believes that she's hurt. When she says, this is what happened to me, give her the benefit of the doubt. Don't just assume she's lying. If you see a man beating on her, don't assume she know that man. Don't assume she liked it. Don't assume she did something to deserve it. That is what it means when it says protect Black women. It means to not assume that we're the only race of women who are passionate, who are sassy, who are loud, who can be problematic. That is a woman thing. That is a person thing. That's not the Black woman thing. So when it says protect Black women, it basically says stop dehumanizing us. That's what it means to protect Black women. If a woman was assaulted, don't say, well, what's she doing? She like to twerk. She's up there rapping about this. I thought she was this. Don't act like you can't go see a Scarface movie and give Al Pacino credit for playing the gangster, but Megan Thee Stallion can't be out here twerking, talking about her WAP, and that can't be entertainment too. Come on, people, use your brain. You know what I mean? Stop trying to hold Black women into this whole little area where we can't be entertainers, we can't voice our opinions, and we can't be human, we can't be women. That's what it means when it says to protect Black women. And the whole needing to know the whole story, I'm so over needing to know the whole story.
Okay.
Just because she was hurt and we know some things, that doesn't mean the woman doesn't want some kind of privacy left. That doesn't mean she wants the whole story to be out there. She said, I was shot. This is who shot me. We don't have to know the whole story. You know, and everybody like, there's some loopholes in the story. I don't think because she didn't tell the whole story that she's lying. I think she just doesn't want to tell the whole story because it seems like no matter what she tells you, you're going to use it against her. If she was with Tory, why was she with Tory? You know he disrespect Black women. You know he did this. I heard Kelsey want to get with her. Why she jealous about Kylie? Why wouldn't she be jealous if a man that she was interested in was flirting with a woman whose party he invited her in? Y'all stop looking for reasons to not allow this woman to be a victim. And that's probably why she didn't want to say anything. You know, you cannot tell a woman how to be a victim. I can say all day long how I would have handled something, but that is me. You can't tell her how to handle what happened to her. That's just not fair. And let me tell you something. People's like, the story's strange. The whole situation's strange. Baby, life is strange. You mean to tell me you haven't heard some strange stories? Somebody did something in the club, something pop off. Life is strange. There is no one way for a man to assault a woman and no one way for her to handle it. He could have just probably shot her for no reason. People are strange. People are crazy like that. They get drunk, they get high, they get whatever, and people do strange things. So you're trying to make it make sense like it's a movie. It's not. It's life. Life can be strange. Incidents can be strange. And yes, sometimes actual bullets can go into a foot and not hit bones and tendons. The human body is amazing that way. God is great that way. You know what I mean? So stop trying to act like you haven't heard some bizarre story of somebody falling from 20 feet high and only broke their ankle or something. Life is strange. Why can't she be the person who got shot and didn't have any bones in his head? You know what I mean? And just because you see her trying to hold on to something of herself, to her image some kind of way by twerking and doing shows and being on magazine covers doesn't mean she wasn't hurt. Doesn't mean she doesn't feel what happened to her. I believe Megan didn't want to be a victim. And that is the problem with a lot of Black women. I think she didn't want to be a victim. I think she didn't want to say anything because she didn't want to have to explain her relationship with Tory. She didn't want to explain what happened. She didn't want to say she was drunk. She didn't want to say he was drunk. She didn't want to explain anything what happened. I think Tory came to that pool party and embarrassed her. That's what I think. I think he came there and embarrassed her, and I think that's why she doesn't want to say anything. That's probably why Kylie unfollowed her. Because, like, look, I invited you, and you brought this dude here. He was being creepy and all this kind of stuff. That's my opinion, but who knows? I don't really need to know the rest of it. And I just think it's really frustrating that people like, I need to know the rest of the story. I need to know the whole story. There's some loopholes. She's not telling you anything. She don't have to. And listen, the whole, well, if he shot her, he would be arrested. No. Megan is a Black woman. sometimes DAs don't pursue cases without the victim if they don't really give a damn. Okay, they don't have to care. Y'all keep forgetting they don't have to care that this black woman was assaulted. They probably would have pressed charges if she said something. If she said, "Hey, look, I want to press charges. I want this guy to go to jail. I want some justice for what happened to me." But it's kind of like she's not some lily white little princess. You know, okay, she's big, strong, you know, beautiful, strong black woman, you know what I mean, who got stopped by her thug boyfriend and she don't want to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. That's pretty much probably how they're looking at the situation. And this album is trash. I don't know what everybody else is listening to, but he sounds like a maniac to me.
You think
know
so?
What I mean? He sounds like an abuser. He sounds like an abuser. You know what I mean? He's all over the place. I got money. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Kylie was this. You lied on me. They trying to set me up, but I love you and I miss you. He sounds like a man who hurt someone, and he's trying to send a message to make it. Let me tell you what he didn't do. He didn't flat out call her out her name. He talked trash about everybody else. Talked trash, but all he said was she was lying. He didn't say you be this, you this, that, you sucker this, you that. He didn't even call her the N-word. You know what I mean? He said all this other stuff. He just said they in your ear lying. They got you doing this. But you know why? Because he's like, I understand why you saying what you said because they told you to. That's what abusers do. So I don't know what everyone else is listening to, but he sounds like a psychopath to me. You know what I mean? And just because the beats and stuff and all this and that, he won't be getting none of my money. No, ma'am. I stand with Megan. I don't need to know the rest of the story. I don't care what happened, I don't need to know what happened. If she told me he shot her and she was hurt, there's evidence that she was shot, protect black women. Believe the woman.
Thank you, caller. Have a great, and with that, we're going to end it. We're going to close it. Thank you. Listen, if you guys didn't get a chance to get on here, please make sure you super chat your way to the top. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, we're going to wrap it there. We're going to wrap it. We've been on here.
In the mix.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Who is this freak of nature?
With DJ Armand.
Woo, child. We have got into some things, and I did not forget I still owe y'all members only. I'm thinking about doing it tonight, so be on the lookout for that. I know we got to do it before the month is out. I got a couple more days, but it's coming. I promise. Ooh, child. Listen, I want to shout out to everybody who has, we are on the road to 100K. We are at 93,000 subscribers as of this video. So please make sure you do your due diligence and do your part into subscribing to the channel if you want to see us grow. And also, it's very, very important that you check your subscriptions, because YouTube they do this funny thing where they unsubscribe people and they unsubscribe people's notifications. So if you're not getting your notifications, or you're not seeing when we go live, perhaps you have been unsubscribed. So every once in a while, make sure you check that. Outside of that, thank you guys all for watching the show. As usual, as always, I love doing this. Thanks for everybody who has donated. Shout out to all the new members. And we're going to keep this content flowing for you guys. And keep me updated. Remember to follow me all over social media at The Armand Wiggins Show on Twitter, Instagram. And as the news is breaking, we will be back live to report it and talk about it and discuss it and get into some things. So until the next shit show, I will see you guys on the other side. Peace out.